Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Upgraded Than Yesterday. Today we are going to learn about the answer of the question, how do you make a class thread shape? Explain with examples. To ensure every concept is clear, I have included detailed examples and divided this video into 3 parts. Please watch all 3 parts to get a complete understanding of the topic. Let's start with the first part of the video. Definition. A thread shape class means no matter how many threads access it, the data remains correct and consistent. There are multiple ways to make a class thread shape. For example, by making the class immutable. It is the best approach and use it whenever possible. By using synchronized keyword. It is an intrinsic locking mechanism. By using volatile keyword. It is best for visibility but not for atomicity. By using atomic classes, it is best for counters and simple operations. By using explicit locks, it provides advanced control. By using thread shape collections, it is recommended for multi-threaded environments if the data structure is needed. We are going to discuss all of these mechanisms with examples. So please be with me. Thread safety by making the class immutable. An immutable class is a class whose state cannot be modified after the object is created. So no matter how many threads access it, the state of the object cannot be modified and hence it becomes the best choice for multi-threaded environment as it provides thread safety without using any locking mechanism. Simple real-life example. Take example of whiteboard. It is mutable as you can erase and rewrite anything again. But a printed document is immutable as you cannot modify the content once it is printed. There are 5 rules to make a class immutable. First, declare the class final. This is to prevent making a subclass of the immutable class through which the immutability can be broken. Second rule, make all the fields private and final. This is to ensure that the data is set only once and never allowed to make any changes. Rule number 3, provide no setter methods. This is to ensure that the data is not modifiable. Rule number 4. Initialize all the fields in the constructor. There should be only one way to set the state of the object. That is, only during the creation of the object. Once an object is created, the state of the object cannot be modified. Rule number 5. Deep copy or defensive copies for mutable fields. Always make a copy of the mutable fields like mutable classes, arrays, lists, date, etc. during the creation of the object and also before returning from the getter methods. Let's understand these rules with simple event class, where event has a name, date and a list of tags. Now the first rule says, make the class final to stop subclassing. Look at the class. It is declared as final. Second rule says, make all the fields private and finals. Here name, date and list of tags are declared as private and final. Third rule says, provide no setter method. In this class, only getters are provided, no setter method is provided. Fourth rule, use constructor to initialize the fields during the object creation. In this class, constructor is initializing all 3 fields. Fifth rule says, create deep copy or defensive copies for mutable fields during the field initialization and returning from the getter method. Look at the first field, which is name. It is a string type and the string class is already immutable, so no need to create a defensive copy. Second field, which is mutable, so created a defensive copy. Third field, a list, again it is mutable, so created a defensive copy. Now look at the getter method. GetName method returns name, which is a string and immutable, so no need to create a defensive copy. Next, getDate method returns a date, which is mutable, so created a defensive copy. At last, the tags method returns a list, which is mutable, so created a defensive copy by calling collections.unmodifiableList, which is a static method which returns a copy of the given list which cannot be modified. This is how immutable class is defined, so that the state of the object can be saved from getting modified. The only problem with mutable class is the number of objects it creates for the mutable fields. Every defensive copy creates new object which fills the heap area and put extra pressure on garbage collector to free up the space.